being set up.
Why us? I don't know why.
What do we have in common?
We're all British.
Hi, I'm Flavia from Brazil. How's it going, Kunal?
I'm doing well, Flavia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm a big fan of you,
thank
of your works. First of all, I would like you to, I'd like to talk a little bit about, what is Suspicion about? Because it seems like a whodunit, thriller. But in my opinion, it's a little bit more, it has a deeper meaning, in this chaotic world of internet, IT, corporations. I would like you to talk a little bit about it, how you approach it, this subject.
I think you've actually already answered the question. I think it is a very high, intense, pulsating, really entertaining thriller, which is just fun for the audience. And then, underneath the sort of the heartbeat of the show is this real sense of we live in a world where your life can change instantly because of social media. That something catches fire and then your life in 1 second can turn around. And also how we're responsible to tell the truth and how we're holding people responsible to tell the truth in a time where truth is coming at a premium. So yes, obviously under the heartbeat of this show is this deeper message. But on the surface, it really is just a well-rounded, fun, sort of high-intensity thriller.
I know. I suppose you're a big fan of thrillers, how was for you as an actor, doing a dash? Because it's not comedy, it's dramatic, but I think at the end of the day, as you said, is a very good thriller, isn't it?
It was really enjoyable, challenging, to be completely honest. We have incredible directors in Chris Long and Stefan Schwartz, and to work with directors like that, and of course, the joy for me is also to get to work with all the actors that I've gotten to work with. We were shooting during a global pandemic where we were away from our families, and this became our family. So to have people that you can trust and you can rely on in a show that you can't trust anyone was a real juxtaposition, but also a real joy.
I can tell you that you've been arrested on suspicion of conspiracy to abduct Leo Newman.
No comment.
Nope.
There's obviously been some sort of misunderstanding.
Going back to the internet, like this superficial world, how do you see it as, because what I like in your character, one of my favorites, is that he's not satisfied, you know what I mean? Like ordinary life is not enough for him. He wants to be like IT guy, big guy anyway. But, at the end of the day, there's this fight inside him. His ordinary life, he wants to be richer, or maybe he wants to be rich or not. How do you see your character?
Yeah, there's definitely an internal struggle there. He wants to have a better life than what he has. He wants better for his wife. He wants to have a baby. He wants to be a father. He wants to be successful. There's something that within him is searching for something deeper, something more. And I think whether you realize he did this kidnapping or didn't, regardless of that, I think towards the end, he begins to find a purpose. And this whole thing that happens gives him that adrenaline, that heartbeat, that there's something more in life than just what he has. And, he loses everything.
Yeah, he loses everything. But at the end of the day, it's like he's finding anything else, as you said,
Yeah, and that's very true.
How do you approach, reality nowadays? Having this atmosphere in mind of the series, like what is true, what is not, social media. Some people who are anonymous, like you're an actor, but some people who are anonymous as your character just caught in the middle of like a hurricane, you know what I mean, of social media, not always crime, but sometimes it's just ordinary scene of life, and you're in the middle of something extraordinary on the internet. For the bad and for the good. For the bad and for the good. Yes, that's very astute, actually, because that is the truth. That is the world we live in. It's not something that we have to get rid of, or it's bad, or, social media is not bad. It actually can be a tool for doing incredibly good things. It's just that it's important. The rise of social media has happened very fast, but we have not learned responsibility. We have not been taught, or there's no real infrastructure to use this technology responsibly. Because what we've seen is how dangerous a weapon it can be, as we talk a lot about in Suspicion about this, and how dangerous a tool it can be. So I hope at least people who watch it realize the impact that social media has, and that we all are responsible equally to use it for good.
Natalie Thompson.
And how do you, I know I love Buddha in Jeans, you know, like I follow it and I really like, you know, what you talk about. This is a way you found out to deal with this, you know, this chaotic world, not only being famous, but also being a normal people in this, you know, chaotic world, and also making good series and good films.
Yeah, look, I think that I don't really advertise that part of my life as much, but I think it's nice to have a platform that I try to at least help people, because I came from a place of great pain, which is it's okay to be yourself as opposed to living someone else's version of your life over and over again. How about you decide to live the life you want to? So not that that's always easy, but I think it was nice to lend, you know, if that's part of my charity in this life, I hope I can make the world slightly better than when my time comes to go.
Yeah, and everybody wants to make a difference. You know, what I like in the TV, you know, in Suspicion is, you know, in a way, in a very tricky way, people are trying to make a difference. And I think this, as an actor, is a good character, isn't it? Like very full of gray areas.
I hope so. I think it's more fun to play characters that have a lot of gray area within them as opposed to something that's just so black and white. So I've really enjoyed the process of playing this character, and I really love this show. I can't believe it's coming out after everything we went through. So I'm excited. I'm excited for people to watch it.
By the way, you mentioned that you filmed during pandemic, and how was it to film with this big crew? You know, because, you know, the characters are totally different one from another. And, you know, I mean, maybe the cast was as well, you know, and you said you became a family, and how was, you know, being together and finding, you know, a friendship, or maybe a you know, a family?
I mean, it was amazing. I think it was the saving grace, because most of us were far away from our homes, and having each other was really, really important. It was important for me. I think it was important for everyone. And remember, it's not just the actors, it's the directors, the writers, the crew. You know, we're shooting 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and it's February, it's freezing, you know, and you're in the middle of, I don't know, some area which has no cell phone reception, where you haven't seen the sun for like 3 days. And so we really came together to get this done. And there's a real sense of achievement, a real sense of achievement.
I can imagine. I lived in London for a while studying, and I could feel the city, you know what I mean? Like, and you feel more, yeah, in London. So yeah, we can feel London. I like the way London is a character, you know, and who knows London knows how it feels, isn't it? Like the cold and the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's good to know. That's good. I'm glad that came across.
So thanks, Kunal. Congrats for the series, for your work, and keep doing Buddha in Jeans. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
First page in the playbook.
Except I don't remember the chapter on the kidnap of your only child.
Show me